This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Welcome to 8th grade girls volleyball as we have the Longfellow 8th graders taking on General Johnnie Wilson. Nia Hall for General Johnnie Wilson for the first point of the game, and the General Johnnie Wilson 8th graders lead 1-0. And Hall will go back to serve. Hall with the serve, a good line drive serve that's played from the back row. And unable to hit it over. That time was Janasia Nelson Riley, so it's 2-0. General Johnnie Wilson with the early 2-0 lead. Nia Hall serving. We saw her a week ago over at Southview. Her serve that time goes into the net. That's the first point for Longfellow. They trail 2-1 early on. And serving for the 8th graders from Longfellow for Coach Mary Mullins, who have a record of 4-6, is Janasia Nelson Riley. Nelson Riley's first serve can be played back over and sent over by Isabella Rogers, and that's going to be a point for Longfellow, and we are tied at 2 early on in game 1 of this 8th grade girls volleyball match. Again, you played at 25. You must win by 2 points or more, and you played 2 games out of 3. Serving that one out of bounds is Janasia Nelson Riley. Gives the point to General Johnnie Wilson. They lead 3-2. And serving will be Valerie Ramos for the General Johnnie Wilson 8th graders. Ramos with a line drive serve. That's an ace. It falls in front of the defense for Longfellow. Jada McCall couldn't get there, so it's 4-2. Alongside Bob Schlumbaker, I'm Rob Polinsky. Valerie Ramos to serve. Her team leads 4-2. Overhand serve is going to be played by the Longfellow 8th graders, and from the back row, sending that over is going to be an 8th grader from Longfellow. Her first name Jocelyn, and it's 4-3. General Johnnie Wilson leads. Isabella Rogers to serve. Good serve, played back. There's a set. And Nia Hall will put that down and give the point to General Johnnie Wilson. They lead 5-3. And going back to serve will be Natalie Patterson. Patterson's serve is going to be hit into the net. That's a point for General Johnnie Wilson. They lead 6-3. Serve goes into the net, so that'll be a point for Longfellow, and they trail 6-4. And we'll get a substitution, and coming in to serve is Johnnie Cannon. Johnnie Cannon, her favorite subject in school is social studies. Her team trails 6-4. Johnnie Cannon serves it over the net, played back, and that'll be a point for General Johnnie Wilson, as playing that was Jada McCall with the point. Jada McCall hits that over and gives General Johnnie Wilson the point. They lead 7-4. And serving for General Johnnie Wilson now is Khalees Crooks. And it is misplayed, so General Johnnie Wilson leads 8-4. Good deep serve. It's going to be played, and the battle at the net for General Johnnie Wilson. Longfellow sending it over. That's Janasia Nelson Riley. And a point will go to General Johnnie Wilson. They lead 9-4. So serving is Khalees Crooks, 8th grader for General Johnnie Wilson. They have scored 4 straight points. Third hit does not go over the net. 10-4. General Johnnie Wilson leads. And that serve will go into the net. So that'll end that run. Good job by Khalees Crooks serving. It's 10-5. Longfellow gets the point, and going back to serve for them will be Jada McCall. Her favorite subject in school for that 8th grader is math. Jada McCall with a good deep serve. That's played by Hall. Sent over on the second hit that time by Khalees Crooks. And the point will go to General Johnny Wilson. They lead 11-5. Jada McCall to serve. Her serve will be played in the back row. Good job that time by Natalie Patterson. Back to the Longfellow side, and General Johnny Wilson will get the point. It's 12-5. That line drive serve is going to fall in front of Isabella Rogers. It's 13-5, and we're going to get a timeout for the Longfellow team. So first timeout of game one. Each team gets 2, and it's 13-5. And we can tell you that Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20 Spectrum Cable is on 1025. If you're watching on Spectrum Cable, you can check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook to win great prizes. You can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20 or check out the YouTube station at Lorain Schools TV 20. So again, game one, 8th grade girls volleyball alongside Bob Schellenbaker. My name's Rob Polinsky. General Johnny Wilson with a 13-5 lead over Longfellow. We saw General Johnny Wilson defeat Southview about a week ago. And later we'll be back at Southview to have the Longfellow against Southview 7th and 8th grade games. So we'll see each middle school's 7th and 8th graders twice in girls volleyball this fall. And Jada McCall serving. And McCall's serve is hit into the net by Janasia Nelson-Riley, and it's 14-5. On the third hit, they send it over, and nice job going down to get that one for the General Johnny Wilson team. Great job getting down to play that was Khalees Crooks. Sent over, and the hit will go out of bounds. That point will go to Longfellow, and it's 14-6. General Johnny Wilson lead is 14-6 in game one. Longfellow serving, trailing 14-6. And we're going to get a a double hit on the set that time by Khalees Crooks. Will give the point to Longfellow. They cut the lead to 14-7. Jocelyn's favorite subject in school is math. 8th grader with the serve. And that's going to be an ace as it falls in front of Natalie Patterson. And the score is 14-8. So Longfellow getting a little bit closer here in game one. Still a long way to go to come back, but they trail 14-8. Hall will set. And on the third hit, it is sent over to the back row. Now the set for Longfellow, and putting it over in the middle of the front row is Janasia Nelson-Riley. Hall with a set, and sending that over is Khalees Crooks. Good long rally this time, and the ball gets hit into the net. Point will go to General Johnny Wilson, and they lead 15-8. And serving is Natalie Patterson. Third hit, it goes over, but it's wide out of bounds. 16-8. Actually serving, that's Kylie Penna. I apologize, Kylie Penna serving for the General Johnny Wilson 8th graders. Her team up 16-8. That serve will be wide out of bounds. Point for Longfellow at 16-9, General Johnny Wilson. And going back to serve is Nakia Herman. Herman's serve is going to be an ace in the back corner. Well placed. 16-10. Longfellow cuts the lead to 6. Nice serve by Nakia Herman. And that play is sent back, and it's going to be a point for General Johnny Wilson. They lead 17-10 here in game 1. 8th grade girls volleyball, game number 1. General Johnny Wilson serving now, leading 17-10. It'll be Nia Hall to serve. Hall with a jump serve. And from the back row, playing it ahead. They get it over, but it's going to be wide out of bounds. Doing a good job of getting it over was Karen Gallegos and Nakia Herman. They did hit it out of bounds. It's 18-10. Again, that one is played. And setting it is Isabella Rogers, sent back over on the 3rd hit. It goes right back to the Longfellow side, and they're not going to be able to play that. It's 19-10, General Johnny Wilson out in front. Nia Hall to serve, her team out in front 19-10. Those line drive serves of hers are hard to return. There's the jump serve that off the top of the net, falls on the General Johnny Wilson side, missed that by inches, 19-11. Serving is Janasia Nelson-Riley. Played by Kylie Penna back over, and the point for General Johnny Wilson. They lead 20-11. Serving is Valerie Ramos, her team up 20-11. Ramos line drive serve is sent back over. Nice job going to get that was Jada McCall. And on the 3rd hit, it comes back over to the General Johnny Wilson side. They'll set it up for Hall. Hall will dink it over. Again, back to the General Johnny Wilson side. Sent over on the 3rd hit by Natalie Patterson. Set by Rogers. It'll be sent back over, that time by Karen Gallegos. Good long rally here, best of the match. Nia Hall sends it back over. Again, the set for Longfellow. On the 3rd hit, they send it over, but out of bounds. 21-11, General Johnny Wilson. That was the longest rally by far of game 1. And General Johnny Wilson is 4 points away from the game. And serving will be Valerie Ramos. Ramos' line drive serve is over but wide out of bounds, gives the point to Longfellow. They cut the lead to 21-12. And now serving will be Isabella Rogers. Isabella Rogers to serve for the Longfellow 8th graders. Her team trails 21-12. Hall with a set from the back row. Patterson sends it over. Sliding down, the Longfellow girls, but Hall's able to get there for the kill. She puts it down in front of Janasia Nelson-Riley. It's 22-12. Line drive serve into the net. Point for Longfellow, 22-13. Substitution coming in to serve for the Longfellow 8th graders is Johnnie Cannon. Johnnie Cannon, good serve, wide, but it's, I should say, good line drive serve that's over the net, but it was wide. So the point is awarded to General Johnny Wilson. They lead 23-13, and they're 2 points away from a 1-0 lead. Khalees Crooks to serve. Crooks with a nice deep serve. Rogers gets it on the 2nd hit. It's got to be sent over. It is. And that's going to be hit over by Kylie Penna. Boy, a good job by Kylie Penna to keep that alive. and just gets over the net, and that's going to be a point for Longfellow. Is unable to play that was Jada McCall. It's 23-14. The 8th graders from General Johnnie Wilson lead 23-14, but Longfellow will be serving, and it'll be Jada McCall. Kylie Penna with the return. It gets played on the 3rd hit by Patterson, but it won't get over the net. And that point will go to Longfellow. They trail 23-15. So Longfellow trying to come back here in game 1. They trail by 8 points, 23-15. They have the serve. And again, serving is Jada McCall. McCall serves it over the net. Hall plays it. And on the 3rd hit, Hall off the top of the net, game point. 24-15. Hall from the set from Khalees Crooks. And now it's game point for General Johnnie Wilson. Serving is Jada McCall. Mishits the serve. Point for Longfellow. It's 24-16. Point for Longfellow, 24-17. Unable to play that was Valerie Ramos. Good deep serve. Set by Crooks for Hall. Middle of the front row for the game, and they get it. Game 1 goes to General Johnnie Wilson. The 8th graders win it 25-17. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with game 2. You're watching girls 8th grade volleyball. We're back with game 2 after this timeout on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Hi, my name is Justin Sturgill. I'm 16 years old and in the 10th grade at Lorain High School. I'm studying sports health and fitness through Lorain High's Career Tech Education program, and I'm also in Titan College. I'm very into sports and interactive things. I want to be an athletic trainer one day, and teachers like Mr. Dury help me figure that out. When Dury teaches, we have a lot of fun and it's exciting. I've learned a lot about the body and its functions, how injuries occur, the right thing to do, and how to prevent injuries. I felt good in my classes because I was actually learning. I also want to be around sports. I love sports. I play football and basketball, and I also run track. As for my Titan College College Credit Plus classes, it's different. It's cool to feel like a college student. It's even better to be a college student and learning at the higher level. It's very challenging, and I like a challenge. You definitely have to be very focused in class and outside of school. I know for a fact that I'm going to college. I also know that not many people get into the NFL or NBA. But knowing that, as an athletic trainer, I can still physically be around sports, even if I don't play them, makes all the difference. Career Tech Education in Titan College helped give me this confidence. I know what I want to do, and it's all thanks to Lorain High's Career Tech Education program in Titan College.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state, a major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Game 2 getting underway. General Johnnie Wilson to serve. They lead 1-0, having won the first game 25-17 over the Longfellow 7th graders. Nia Hall will begin by serving. She serves an ace. General Johnnie Wilson leads in 1-0. Nia Hall with a jump serve. Gets it over. It's a good deep serve, and it is 2-0. In the middle of the back row, unable to play that over, was Jalen Keithley. Her favorite subject is math. Hall will get that, makes it 3-0, as putting it into the net is Nathalia Carter for Longfellow. going down to get that. Nice job. And on the third hit, they'll send it over. It's played by Penna to Crooks. And from the middle of the front row, Hall sends it over. Passed ahead. And on the third hit, they will not get that over the net. Trying to do so was Shania Palmer. It's 4-0 General Johnny Wilson. Line drive serve, and it's 5-0. A good job serving here by Nia Hall to begin game 2 for General Johnny Wilson, who took a 1-0 lead in game 1 by winning 25-17. We saw Hall last week as General Johnny Wilson played over at Southview. She was outstanding in that match and continues to be very good today. The jump serve, you don't see many of the junior high young ladies do that. Be able to put it over. And for Longfellow, they're going to get the point. General Johnny Wilson is, because going into the net was Nathalia Carter. She tried to send that over, and it makes it 6-0. Hall goes all the way back to the edge of the gym for this jump serve. Comes up and has an ace, 7-0. Coach Mary Mullins, for the 8th graders from General Johnny, or for Longfellow, we're going to have a substitution. Jada McCall will come in and try to help shore up that back line. Hall with a jump serve, her team up 7-0. And it's going to be on the third hit, unable to send that over the net. It's 8-0 now. What a start here for Hall and for General Johnny Wilson out in front, 8-0. So Nia Hall, who has served 8 straight points, another jump serve. Again, it's in, and that time it's an ace as Longfellow looked to see if that one would go out of bounds. It would not. Coach Mullins takes a timeout, and we'll keep it here and remind you that game 2 of this 8th grade volleyball between General Johnny Wilson and Longfellow. Alongside Bob Schlumbaker, my name's Rob Polinsky, and you're watching Lorain Schools Television, WLCS TV 20. On Spectrum Cable, that's now on 1025, 1025. If you're watching on Spectrum Cable, you can always check out the YouTube station. That's YouTube Lorain Schools TV 20. Follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. Or you can like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook and win some great prizes. Check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Game 1 went to the General Johnny Wilson 8th graders by a score of 25-17. And in game 2, what a start for General Johnny Wilson and Nia Hall. She has served 9 straight points. And with that jump serve, very difficult to return. And now Coach Mullins takes a timeout to, maybe try to get her defense a little bit better aligned and see what they can do, and maybe just throw off the rhythm of Hall and see if she can get her to miss serve. Here's the first serve following the timeout. That deep serve is going to be played ahead, and on the second hit, sent over by Nakia Herman. And again, Nakia Herman with it. They try to get it over on the third serve, able to do so. And it's played into the net. That'll be a point for Longfellow, and Longfellow, following the timeout, gets the first point. They trail 9-1, and it'll be Nakia Herman going back to serve. And we're going to get a substitution. As coming in is Johnnie Cannon. Herman serving, and she'll serve that off of Crooks and out of bounds. Point for Longfellow. They trail 9-2. And that serves an ace. It's now 9-3. Again to serve. That's played by Penna. Puts it over, and that's going to be a point for General Johnny Wilson. They lead 10-3. And serving for General Johnny Wilson, Valerie Ramos, her team up 10-3. Line drive serve is an ace. It's 11-3. Coach Mullins positioning her defense as they wait the serve from Ramos. Ramos with the overhand serve. It's going to be played on the second hit and now sent over from the middle of the front row by Nathalia Carter. And they get it over the net. Hall sends it back over, and that's a point for General Johnny Wilson. They lead 12-3. Line drive serve into the net makes it 12-4. Longfellow gets the serve, trailing 12-4. And serving for the Longfellow 8th graders, this will be Janasia Nelson Riley. Nice deep serve, played by Crooks, right back to Nelson Riley. And on the third hit, they'll send it over, and it's going to be a point. Nakia Herman with the point. She found the hole in the defense, cuts the lead to 12-5. Deep serve, Penna plays it. And on the second hit, now the third hit, they put it into the net. Unable to get it over was Jada McCall. Point to General Johnny Wilson. They lead 13-5. Serving is Natalie Patterson. This 8th grade volleyball game, she won't get it to the net. There'll be a point for Longfellow. They cut the lead to 13-6 off that service error. Nathalia Carter to serve. Carter serve. Played by Valerie Ramos. Over to Khalees Crooks. Sends it over. Now right back to the Longfellow side, who plays it back to General Johnny Wilson. Good long rally here. Battle at the net. Goes off the top of the net. Point for General Johnny Wilson. They lead 14-6. Khalees Crooks to serve. Crooks getting ready. Hits it over the net, and it'll be sent right back to the General Johnny Wilson side to Crooks. Hall will spike it long, out of bounds. Points for Longfellow. They trail 14-7. So Longfellow trying to get back into this game after Hall served the first 9 points to put her team up 9-0. The lead now has been cut to 7 to 14-7. And there's a missed serve off of Jayani Cannon, makes it 15-7. The General Johnny Wilson lead is 8. And serving will be Jada McCall. McCall with a good deep serve. And on the second hit, it's sent right back over to the General Johnny Wilson side. Penna plays it. Back over to Longfellow. And on the third hit from the back row, sending that in. Nice job from the back row, Janasia Nelson Riley. 15-8. Nobody back defensively for General Johnny Wilson that time as the back row snuck up. And Janasia Nelson Riley with a good deep hit gets her team to point, and now it's Jada McCall serving. McCall again hits that one far, and unable to play that is the General Johnny Wilson 8th graders, and it's 15-9. McCall to the back row. Penna sends it. She sends it out of bounds, 15-10. So all of a sudden, the Longfellow 8th graders coming back. After trailing 9-0, they've outscored them 10-6 to cut that 9-point lead to 5. And Jada McCall serving again, puts it to the back row. Sent over by the General Johnny Wilson 8th graders. Crooks will set up Hall, third hit. She sends it to the middle of the court for Longfellow. There's the set by Herman. Sent back over. Penna will play it. Set by Crooks. Hall from the middle of the front row. Right back to the Longfellow side. 15-10. Third hit. Hitting it over that time is Janasia Nelson Riley. Hall off the top of the net. Falls on the General Johnny Wilson side. Longfellow has cut the lead to 15-11. Jada McCall, deep serve. Penna plays it out of bounds, 15-12. Longfellow making a game here in game 2. They're down 1-0. It's 15-12, General Johnny Wilson. Longfellow with a serve. Jada McCall's done a good job. She'll serve that just over the net. Played by Hall. Back over to the Longfellow side. Again, back to Longfellow. That's McCall. Set and hitting that over that time is Shania Palmer. Hall punches it over. And the third hit is going to be dug out from the back row. And another good rally here. Longfellow staying in it. Down 15-12. Hall from the middle of the front row sends it over, and that's going to be good. It's 16-12. Kylie Penna to serve, her team up 16-12. Penna serves it into the net. That will give it right back to Longfellow and make it 16-13. Serving is Shania Palmer. Palmer's serve is wide out of bounds. Point will go to General Johnny Wilson. They lead 17-13. Nia Hall to serve. Hall line drive off the top of the net, but it's played very well done by the Longfellow 8th graders. Sending that over was Nakia Herman. Now the battle at the net, that'll go to General Johnny Wilson. They lead 18-13. Nia Hall serving. She served the first 9 points of game 2 to give her team a 9-0 lead, and it's rotated all the way back to her serve. 18-13 line drive serve. It is played out of bounds, 19-13. Hall serve into the net. Point will go to Longfellow. They trail 19-14. Serving is Nakia Herman. And there's an ace. Nakia Herman's serve is an ace. 19-15, Longfellow within 4. General Johnny Wilson up 1-0 this 8th grade girls volleyball game, trying to get a 2-game sweep. Longfellow trying to win here to send us to a third and deciding game. Penna, second hit, puts it into the rafters, and that'll be a point for Longfellow. They cut the lead to 19-16. We're going to get a timeout for the General Johnny Wilson team. So timeout, first one of game 2 for them. Longfellow took a timeout when they trailed 9-0. It's now 19-16, the General Johnny Wilson 8th graders lead. And we want to remind you that Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20 on Spectrum Cable. That Spectrum Cable station now is 1025 1025. You can check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. Like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook and win great prizes. The YouTube station is Lorain Schools TV 20. Bob Schlumbaker doing the camera work. My name's Rob Polinsky. We're late stages of game 2, 8th grade girls volleyball, as we're at the General Johnny Wilson Middle School in Lorain, next to George Daniel football field. It's the Longfellow 8th graders serving, trailing 19-16. They break the huddle. Now the General Johnny Wilson 8th graders are ready to break their huddle, and we're about ready to resume play as soon as referee Gary Lilly gives the signal. And it'll be Nakia Herman to serve. Herman's serve is going to go wide and out of bounds. 20-16. General Johnny Wilson 5 points away from the match. Going back to serve, it'll be Valerie Ramos. Her team leads 20-16. Ramos, good deep serve, played ahead, and just getting it over the net. Well done by Herman, gives her team the point. Nakia Herman just got that to trickle over the net, and it's 20-17. And going back to serve will be Janasia Nelson-Riley. Her favorite subject is ELA. I'm not familiar with what ELA means, but that's her favorite subject at Lorain Middle School. Probably some kind of language arts, I would guess. There's a point for General Johnnie Wilson. They lead 21-17. And back to serve is Natalie Patterson for the General Johnnie Wilson 8th graders. They're on the right side of your television. On the left side are the Longfellow 8th graders. They are the same color combinations, just to try to confuse Bob and I, but Bob's able to keep up with it and tell me who's who. Thank goodness, because without Bob, who knows where we would be, but he's able to keep up with it. They miss serve. It's 21-18. Serve will go back to Longfellow, and serving will be Nathalia Carter. Carter's team down by 3. She'll serve. Good deep serve, and Crooks hits it. 21-19. Longfellow within 2. Again, you play to 25. You must win by 2 points or more. So Nathalia Carter with her team down 21-19. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. Carter's serve, played by Crooks, set by Hall, sent over by Penna, and that's going to be a point. Penna from the set from Hall, 22-19. General Johnnie Wilson, and back to serve as Khalees Crooks. Her team 3 points away from this match. Crooks hits it cross court, sent back over by the Longfellow 8th graders. Herman to Jada McCall. McCall can't get it over the net. 23-19, General Johnnie Wilson. 2 points away from the match. Crooks ready to serve. Serves it, middle of the court. It's an ace. We're at match point. It's 24-19. Match point, 24-19. Khalees Crooks to serve for the match for General Johnnie Wilson. Serves it just wide, out of bounds. That will keep Longfellow in it. It's 24-20. And serving for Longfellow, coming in to serve, it will be Jayani Cannon. So Cannon to serve. Her team trails 24-20. It's match point. Cannon serves it over the net, but net is wide, out of bounds, and that will go on the missed serve to General Johnnie Wilson, and General Johnnie Wilson wins in 2 games, 25-17 and 25-20. That's going to do it for 8th grade girls volleyball. Again, General Johnnie Wilson wins it in 2, 25-17, 25-20. For Bob Schlembaker, this is Rob Polinsky. Thank you very much for watching. You've been watching girls 8th grade volleyball, Longfellow at General Johnnie Wilson on Lorain City Schools WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.